Alright guys, and here we are at Chao World, where Angel is undergoing a transformation. So there is a certain sound that plays with a Chao transforming, which I just got, and I'm standing next to her, so I was able to pause in time to get this all recorded. So, Angel is going to become unseeable in a second. Yep, so I've been raising all the Chao a little bit. Yep, so Angel's completely unseeable now. Can't see anything. And undergoing transformation. Have been raising my Chao a little bit, especially Angel I've been kind of focusing on since she's going to be the one undergoing everything. And here we are. A hero Chao, and our first one too. There is another transformation that's going to go on a little bit later, but that hasn't happened yet. So, for the time being, we have Angel, the hero Chao. Now let me show you what you've won. Now that we have a hero Chao, a whole new world becomes available to us. Alright guys, welcome to the Hero Garden. So, obviously, the music's different. The fruit are also different. They're a little bit lighter color. And then in addition to a completely new garden that can also hold 8 Chao, which is way up in the pink clouds of pink. In addition, you get a full-on new egg, which, I don't know, I guess I'll hatch right now. So, yep, this is usually where I keep my main Chao, the ones that I do most of my stuff with. So, yep, so you got a fountain here, water, and here's our brand new Chao, which has that smile. Alright, so I'm going to take this new Chao down to the regular Chao world, and I'm also going to bring a couple up to the hero world, and I'm going to show you what a color transformation looks like. But because of a smile, I will be making a new dark Chao. But first, I choose who goes to the hero world with Angel, just so she gets company. So here's the currently unnamed orange Chao. Then again, this has probably already been named at real time because the point in which you named it is recorded at about the same time that this bonus is done, since I was trying to just raise my Chao up to good levels. Alright. Also with it comes the shiny white Chao. I'm just basically going to essentially split the number, so there's about half and half. So there's going to be 5 in the regular world, there's going to be 4 in the hero world. And then last but not least, I'm probably going to bring the blue one, which I don't remember if it has a name. I don't think it does. And there's still a penguin hanging around. Alright, so I am going to bring our blue Chao up, and then we will have 4 Chao in the hero garden, and we will have aw, it's crying. Hold on, give me a second. It's gonna get to eat the first new fruit. That's yellow, but not statistically nothing has changed about the fruit. Oh my god, it's hungry. Anyway. Yep, so 3 trees, a lot more room to roam around, plus it's got this like little place right here. And actually you can, whoops. Since you can use all your powers in here, you can hop on top and run around at the speed of sound. Anyway. So, yep. Oh. That's up here. Alright. So, it's a little more open. There's a new structure, and that's about it for Hero World. So, I'm going to quickly hop out of Chao World, and I'm going to go back in as Shadow to show you color transformation at its darkest. Yeah, I was playing Metal Harbor before. Anyway, so we're gonna bring in Shadow. As another note, in Hero World, if you do dig around, you can find something to dig up. However, it is also pumpkins, just like the regular world. So, bringing in Shadow, let us find our new blue Chao. Hello. So now, I'm going to pet the living shit out of this Chao. And you're going to notice something the more I pet it. So other than the fact that its heart is changing, you might notice that it seems to be getting a little darker as we go. And it keeps going, and now we have a gray Chao. And it's getting darker, and 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 darker. Did I mention darker? Anyway, so now it is at its maximum darkness capabilities. So this is what it now looks like from blue to black with that little red thing on its chest, which I think is attributed to the fact that Shadow was the one petting it. And that's how we got this guy. It's gonna be really hard to tell them apart now, other than the fact that this one walks and this one does not. Also, the wings changed with it too. It's something you didn't see. So we're just gonna wait for this guy right here to transform into a dark Chao, and yeah, and this one's just gonna chill, and it's also darkened state. Conversely, if you were to pet it with a light person, which actually, if you were to switch to a light person and pet this one, it would actually start turning white, just like Angel was. Which, you know what the hell, I'll show the other spectrum as well. So we're gonna come back in as Sonic. Actually, no, we're gonna be Knuckles, because I like Knuckles too. Are you going to cut? No, I'm not going to cut. But I assume you have an explanation. Alright. Alright, so we are now Knuckles. And I'm going to turn that Chao that was dark to the light. And then I might change it dark again. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, is this one the one? I'm going to guess it is. Alright, so no stats, which means it's brand spanking new. Alright, so we're going to take this dark Chao and transform it to a light Chao. Well, it's more about the color than it is the wings. So as you can see, it is now becoming a lighter shade of gray. Keep going. Lighter. And lighter. And lighter. And lighter. Also, you'll notice that the spikes that were on the wings are now dulling, since I do have it at that angle now. And lighter. And lighter. And lighter. And lighter. And as you can see, its original color is actually coming back. Alright, and now our Chao's its original color. And now we're going to turn it lighter. And lighter. And lighter. And lighter. And lighter. This time, the more you pet it, the lighter or darker it gets. Only the Chao that originally come in the Chao Gardens will actually show a color changing effect. Get their dots changed in color. So, and also as another point, the ones that are the easiest to change are the ones you originally get. They change about twice as fast as the Chao you hatch from other colored eggs. They're the easiest to change. Alright, looks like this guy is almost completely light. Alright, looks like this Chao is now maximum light. Alright guys, so that's it about color changing and light and dark pretty much. So now it's just basically become a waiting game for this guy right here. So, until that happens, I will see you guys in a bit. And now it's the Dark Chow's turn to change. Finally. It took it long enough. It actually took me a little bit longer than I thought it would, just based on the fact that the Light Chao and the Dark Chao were both here existing before. Anyway, I can see inside of it. Oh, there we go. And now we get to see what the Chao looks like beforehand. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna wait to see what it truly looks like. All you saw was a spiky thing and evil music. Oh, it's absolutely adorable. Look how evil it is. But yeah, look at its eyes. Just compare them to these eyes. But yep, so this is a Dark Chao, and it's evil. It's also, yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. It's evil. So now that we have an evil Chao, we can now waltz all the way down the stairs, directly across from the hero world where we can walk upstairs. We can now walk down some stairs. Welcome to Evil World, or the Dark Garden. And there we go, in the perfect place. So, first off, the fruit are different, as with the hero world, although these look, they look more like berries, personally. They're very scaly, though. So this little guy, well, I'll actually probably move the other Chao in the main garden over here. So, it'll get to eat its first fruit. As you can see, the pool here is red. Redness. Blood, even. Anyway. No, you can't. Anyway, so while the Chao eats, we can actually, I got really lucky here. So instead of pumpkins in both hero and normal world, we get skulls. Granted, it's not going to put it on, but it was adorably wandering towards me. So adorable. So adorable. Look at its eyes. Look at the eyes. They're so evil. It's kind of neat. Anyway, so yep, you can dig up skulls. They sell for the same price as pumpkins, and like pumpkins, they can be put on heads. And that's pretty much it in terms of shifting forms. Also, I guess we can look around Dark World a little bit. There's a bat mountain. The tree with skulls, cage, gravestones, and everything that seems evil is here. So I am going to take this Chao egg and I'm going to move it. I'm probably going to shift around the Chao a little bit. I'm going to also start working on raising the Chao or raising Angel, the Chao in the hero world. And I will start, yeah, just getting it raised up so it can complete first level races and first level karate. Also, I'm hatching this egg. So we're going to watch the egg hatch. I'm going to take this guy at the very least. Alright. How do you look? Oh, it's so adorable! It's smiling. Anyway. So we are going to take this guy down, and then I'm going to start doing some intense training sessions with Angel. Alright, so you're now in the proper place. You will also eventually turn dark. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for now. I will see you back in the normal garden once I got my Chao decently trained up. Alright guys, and after much raising, Angel's finally ready to take on the Chao races and Chao karate. Alright, so we are going to start in the Chao race section. Alright, so beginner race. Party race is the multiplayer mode where you can race multiple Chao that you've raised, but there's only one that's really fit to do anything, and that would be Angel. Well, whose stats are a little bit higher than when you last saw them. So, I'm going to show you guys all of the beginner races and just kind of work from there. You don't actually get anything until you've beaten the third race section of each one, and then when you get to the advanced races, then you have to win 5, the 5th one. You only get something for the last one, but now you get to see what everything looks like. Alright, so level 1 Chao race, all the Chao drown, and if you can swim, then you have a distinct advantage. If you press the A button, you can use some stamina that will give them a small burst of speed. However, when they run out of stamina, they go significantly slower. Stamina actually does get used up, but only for running. If it's flying, climbing, or swimming, the stamina bar will not move, but if you are running, the stamina bar will go down bit by bit. So let's speed you up just a smidge. And the end race for Crab Pool is right there. Yep, it's fairly simplistic. Now we go do it 3 more times. Yay! So, yep, that's pretty much how that goes. I will show you what prizes you get for the beginner races along with what comes along with that. But after that one, I am going to show you level 1 Stump Valley. So, and then each race will tell you what stat is recommended in order to better win the race. So in this case, flying is what is needed. And also you'll notice that these Chao kind of have a coloration to them. All the Chao do, in fact. That's because Chao can be several different classes of Chao. So these purple guys are flying class Chao. So they're going to be able to fly. It just kind of just shows what their most distinct characteristic is. That's just about it. So if it's green, then, or well, if it's kind of blue, yellow, green, something along those lines, and then it's a swimming Chao. If it is purple, like these Chao, it is flying. If it's red, it's power. If it's, and then if it's, running, then it's green. It's kind of hard to tell between swimming and flying, but you can kind of tell just kind of what they look like. But these are definitely, or Angel here is definitely kind of more of a swimming class Chao. And actually, if you'll notice the difference in the feet, it's kind of hard to tell here, but they do look kind of like flippers, whereas you look at these Chao, they're a lot more rounded. Anyway, moving on, we are going into Mushroom Forest, level 1. Which I believe is running, if I'm not mistaken. So there are advantages to having a Chao be able to crawl versus run. And yeah, you can kind of see the coloration, the green hues and whatnot. Anyway, so if Chao are running on their 2 feet, like so, there is a chance that they will trip, and that will significantly slow them down. And if they trip, the race is pretty much over at that point. Alright, so just going to kind of use my stamina and whatnot. Go, go, go! And there's the goal. So overall, they're all pretty simple. The advanced races are a lot longer. And there's just one race in particular that I like, just because you need an overall balanced Chao in order to run it. Which I will not be showing, simply because there's a lot of raising that has to go into getting a Chao up to the caliber they need to be. Alright, so now we're going to Block Canyon, which is a strength competition, so to say. So the more powerful they are, the better. And then you'll also see the reddish hue of a couple of them. That's because they're more power class. Alright. So it's pretty simple. You're just climbing. Do I need stamina? No, I don't. But I'll use some anyway. So top of the wall is the goal. This one in particular is really fast. So you can pretty much use up all your stamina and be okay. Alrighty then. So guys, I'm going to do the level 2 races and I'll get back to you when I finish the level 3 races. Alright guys, and the end of the swimming race will get you a special prize, which is the following. Oh man guys, oh man, it's a shovel. Oh man. Oh man, it's a shovel. I'll explain what all the prizes do after I get them all. So anyway, back to the grind for me. Alright guys, end of the flying race. So now we get the magical item that I like to call a watering can. Woo! A shovel and a watering can. Fun stuff. Alright, well, back to the races. Alright guys, and that's the third level of the running race. And for winning first place in the third set, we get a rattle. Whoa. As you can tell, these items are a little silly. Anyway guys, to the last item. And now the power race is over. If you didn't notice, there is now a medal on Angel. I don't know if that was there before, but it's there now, if it wasn't before. And you get a car. Woo! Anyway, and we get an emblem for completing all the races of the beginner stage. So, the items we got: a car, a rattle, a watering can, and a shovel. The shovel and watering can you can use to plant seeds in your Chao garden. So actually you can now plant stuff in your Chao garden, although it's a very lengthy process. And then the car and rattle are just individual items that the Chao itself will play with on occasion. But now we unlock Jewel Race, Challenger Race, Hero Race, and Dark Race, thanks to the fact that A, we have Hero and Dark Chao, and B, we finished all the beginner races. And these things are challenging and a lot lengthier. So I'm not actually going to go through these, and as you can see, there are 5 levels, 5 of them. So I'm not going to go through those because that is a shit ton of grinding that I do not really have too much time for. So that's pretty much it for Chao races, and that's what they look like. Anyway, and they do get a little more complicated. Anyway, let's go back in, and we're gonna go and head off to Chao Karate. So the interleague game is the same as the party race. You just basically choose 2 Chao and they fight each other. So we're going to take Angel, and she is going to do the beginner set of Chao Karate. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So, let's watch some karate. So, this is a tournament. You have to win 5 in a row. Yeah, Angel's a little overraised for the first few fights, so she's not gonna take too much damage, and she's gonna do a ton. So normally you're supposed to struggle a little bit with all of these. Angel's probably gonna end up 2 or 3 shotting these guys. There are stats related to what skills they have. I'll get into that a little bit later, but the 2 that you probably should know at least right now are stamina, which is how many hits they can take, and power, how much damage they deal out. And then I'll go into what the other stats do later. And then there are two ways to win. One is by taking out all of their health, or B, you knock them off the ring themselves. Usually the health condition will be filled out before the knockoff condition. Yeah, sorry for being silent. There's really not much else to say. They're just punching and kicking each other. The kicking can be taken away, but if you give your Chao bats, because on occasion that will take away their feet. So kicking will then be removed if in the case of bats. I guess if you haven't noticed yet, there is this pink heart bar kind of going down. As you're hit, and just even as time goes on, it goes down. Actually, the hearts determine basically how quickly your Chao attacks. Like, after a certain amount of hearts go down naturally over time, the Chao will then attack. Anyway, so we're on to the final bout, which is with Happy, who's wearing an apple on their head. With bunny everything, except for ears. So for Angel, she will attack after 2. Dodging is a thing, and you do lose a lot of hearts if you get dodged against. Alright, and so a dodge for a dodge, I guess. Okay, so you'll notice that Happy is now out of hearts. So in order to regenerate, you have to mash the A button. And, well, I didn't kill it by health, but knocked it off. If you run out, all you do is mash the A button and you will recover your hearts. How much you recover depends on a bunch of factors that I myself don't understand, but that's it. So, Grand Champion obtained, Emblem obtained as well. And that's pretty much it for Chao Karate. Obviously, it gets way more difficult than that, but Angel was a little bit overraised. I'm going to go back to the Chao Karate just to kind of describe what each individual stat does, since they do tell you what each stat does. So, your defense is... Alright, so defense, basically, which is also factored in with health. Defense is basically more or less how much damage you'll take compared to their power, which is also the amount of damage you output. Health is obviously your health bar. Speed is how quickly your Chao will attack. Stealth is how often your Chao will dodge. And that's pretty much all the stats broken down. Anyway, guys, that is all for Chao World. So, there is one more bonus episode of Sonic to come, which will be next time. So guys, thank you for joining me and my Chao for all the adventures we went through. This has been Mrhappyismissing, and I will see you in the next video.